want to watch it later, or for those people who aren't able to come. Let's see, stop recording. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, especially for students, if you could please change your Zoom screen name. That way later when we meet with our success coaches, everyone, we could see everybody's names. So if I'll just leave this here for a couple of seconds to give everyone an opportunity. If you need to change your screen name. And in the meantime, in the chat, I see Cameron and Delilah and Dylan and Ruben and Cassie. And so welcome to all of you. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Okay, so before we get started today, let me go over our agenda really quickly for tonight. So we're going to do a welcome, discuss a little bit about the program, some of our expectations. I'm sure that parents, you and students, I'm sure have a ton of questions. So we are going to have, no worries if you can't change it. No worries, so don't worry about that. I'm also checking the chat at the same time. So no worries if you're not able to do that. We appreciate you for trying. So again, I'm sure that you all have a lot of questions. I've been sending you a lot of information. Thank you so much for reading all of it. But we are going to be here to talk about some of those things that we've been sending out and then to answer any questions that you may have. And then at the end of the night, students, you will have an opportunity. We're going to do breakout sessions with your assigned success coach. So you'll get to meet your peers within that group and your roommates as well, who are also going to be, for the most part, will be in that group. Now, if you haven't already checked your email, I did send the roommate list out earlier today. So let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, again, my name is Cindy. I am the program manager. I am the one who's been sending you the millions of emails over the last couple of months. So again, I apologize and we welcome you here today. And then if I can get my colleague Sierra to turn on her screen so she can say hi.
Hi everyone, my name is Sierra Duran. So I'm the coordinator of the Joaquin Bustos Math Science Honors Program.
All right, so, and then Sierra, you want to go ahead and start off? Or do you want me to start off?
I want you to start off.
Okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our summer program. So all the pictures that you see throughout our presentations are all 2022 pictures. It was our very first summer coming back after 2 summers online. Hold on, let me, there we go. So as you know, we are a 6-week residential program, specifically for Arizona high school students. This is going to be, oh my gosh, our 38th summer that we've had. So since 1985, we've had over 3,000 students have attended this summer program, including Sierra and myself. Both Sierra and myself are proud alumni of the summer program and just really excited to be able to have the opportunity to give back and have that same opportunity for our students, hopefully. Now, if you didn't already know, the very best part about our summer program is the fact that it's completely free. Housing is paid for, meals, tuition, supplies. Some of these things we're going to be talking a little bit more throughout the presentation, but it is free to attend. The only money your students should be bringing is if they want any spending money to like buy a shirt or a hat or something, but all expenses are covered. So some of the goals that we have for our program is to help our students successfully complete a college-level math or computer science course, to build a community of like-minded students, to help you successfully transition to college, and teach you about some of those college resources that can help you after graduation, provide tutoring and mentoring help, and on top of everything, we want you guys to come and have fun. We want you to have a fun and enriching summer experience at the ASU campus. Little bit of information about our students. We have 85 total students coming this summer. 53% are female and 69% are first-generation college-bound students. That means that they're the first in their family to attend a 4-year university or college after high school graduation. And we have 38 Arizona high school students represented. So students, go into the chat. What high schools are we coming from? Represent. Let me see what schools we are coming from. So, all right, Buena, Apollo, Metro Tech, Bisbee, Nogales, this is awesome. Chandler, Metro, Lake Havasu, Casa Grande. All right, this is awesome. As you can see, we have a really great representation of students statewide, we've got Safford, we've got Ajo, Trevor Brown's in the house. So we've got a ton of people just all over. So we're really excited to be able to represent so many high schools throughout the state. So thank you so much for popping that into the chat. Now, if you follow us on our Instagram page, which we're going to talk about a little later, we did already post this picture, but we just finished up our week of staff training. And everyone that you see here, this is our summer staff. So you will meet all of these people on Monday and Tuesday that you arrive. We've been doing staff training all week, everything from safety to CPR to, you know, how to tutor, how to coach. So we're really excited. We have a really great group of staff members that we're really excited for you to meet. But we have 41 total staff members. We've got success coaches, tutors, class supervisors, program aides, and we also have 2 evaluators working with us this summer to help, you know, get some information and let us know how we're doing and look for ways for us to improve. All of these students are current ASU students, so they have a lot of really great information to be able to share with our students. And a lot of these students are all math science alumni, which means that they've come to this program and now they're coming to give back and work for us in the summer. We are really, really excited. All right, Sierra.
Okay, so here we're going to go over some things before you come to the program. So you should have, will receive or should have received an email already for instructions to set up your ASU Write and password. You will need your ASU Write and password to log into your classrooms, to get onto your laptops, all your like online assignments and things like that. You'll need your ASU Write and password. So hopefully you guys can complete that before the first day. But if there's any of you who are having issues, we can totally help you when you arrive. Okay, and then we do want you guys to upload a photo of yourself for your Sun cards. And we need you to upload the photo before we can even get the photo or get the Sun cards printed so that we can give those to you on the first day. So if you don't upload the photo with a white background, I think all the instructions are on the link. It's going to be harder for us to get that Sun card to you, and you need the Sun card to have like access to like the gem. But that's going to be your ASU identification card. Oh, and incoming freshmen and returning students, those you guys should have your ASU IDs already. Just make sure to bring those to the program.
All right. One thing I do want to mention, again, we are watching the chat here. So if you have any questions about any of the slides that we're going through, feel free to go ahead and put them into the chat. So Cesar wants to know, we're going to be allowed during the gym on the first day if we're returning. So I think right now what we're going to do, because it may take us a day or two to get everyone's Sun cards, is we're going to send them a list of all of our students. So I think for the first 2 days, everyone should be able to come in. But we do want to make sure that we get those Sun cards up as quickly as possible. But yes, you will be allowed to the gym. Okay?
I think for those who don't have, won't have a Sun card on the first day, you'll have to have a picture of your identification card. They'll need to know, because we gave them a list of your names, but they'll need to know that that's you.
Even a school ID is okay. So we do recommend that you bring your school ID if you don't already have a Sun card. Okay. And then can I just go to ASU to get my Sun card? If you're having issues with that, Abdul, we're more than happy to help you on the very first day. All you have to do is upload it, but we're more than happy to help you when you arrive. And then can you send the link for the card? That is going to be, so this presentation, just the PowerPoint, in addition to the recording of this, I'm going to send to everybody afterwards, so you'll be able to access the links. All right, so both of those have asked you that. All right. So again, moving on to first day information. Now, this is buried with all the information that we sent you yesterday as well, but we are starting on Monday, May 29th. So students, you can move in as early as 2 p.m. So anytime between 2 and 4 p.m., you can move into the dorm. The address for the dorm, just pop it into your Google Maps, is listed here below. And then we're going to be staying at the Barrett, the Honors College Residence Hall this summer. After you move in at 4 o'clock, we're going to ask that everyone come down to the lobby, and then you're all going to meet in your assigned success coach group. So the people that you're going to be meeting in your breakout sessions tonight, that's who you're going to be meeting with at 4 p.m. on Monday. We are going to have dinner and then some icebreaker activities. And then we're going to walk together as a group to show you campus. So that way, you know where the classrooms are, where the gym is, and all of the other important ASU buildings. At 7 o'clock, we'll come back for more activities. Everyone will be up on their respective floors at 10. And then we will have curfew at 11 o'clock to get ready for the next day. And then let me pop back into the chat. On what day would it be when we bring our stuff into the dorms? That's going to be on this day. So on Monday, May 29th is when you will move into the dorms. And that's when you will bring your stuff with you. So here is a map. And again, I already emailed this map with the email that I sent you yesterday. But again, you'll get another copy of it with the presentation today. But we recommend that you park at the railroad structure. The Barrett Residence Hall is right here. So that's the closest parking. If you park on the street, there's like a couple of loading zones here and a couple of paid lots here. If you do park on one of those, you are either responsible for paying for it, or if you get a ticket because you're in one of those 20-minute loading zones, we're not responsible for that ticket. So we recommend that you park at this at the railroad parking structure. When you come in, you're going to have to push the button to get a ticket. Bring the ticket with you and we will validate your parking, okay? And then we will have staff in really bright ASU gold shirts right across the way. You won't be able to miss them. And then they will be directing the traffic from the parking structure to the entrance of the residence hall. Let me see, let's go back into the chat. On what time of the first day does the family have to leave? So if we go back here, we will probably start these activities by 4 o'clock. So we'll ask that at that point, you know, parents would leave so that way we can go ahead and start the activities with our students. And then you're more than welcome, parents, to come into the rooms to help your kids set up. You're more than welcome to do that. There will also be staff on the floors if anybody needs any help. But yes, you are more than welcome to go up to the floors to help your students move in. So at 2 p.m. is actually when check-in starts. So you can check in anytime between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Should we move all our stuff in? Yeah. So yeah, show up as early as 2 and then just make sure that you're in by 4 o'clock and then you can move in your stuff between that 2 to 4. And then yes, there will be signs. And again, make sure you're looking for the staff right outside this parking structure and right in front of the dorm in really bright ASU gold shirts. And they will tell you, they will be guiding people and tell them where to go. So again, this is also listed on the information that we sent, but just to kind of go over it, what to bring. The beds do not have any kind of sheets or any kind of linens on them, and they fit either a twin or a twin extra large. One thing I do want to tell you, the rooms are really cold. So I highly recommend bringing extra blankets and sweaters. For whatever reason, anytime you try to turn up the AC, it doesn't really work very well. All the dorms are really cold. I suggest that you bring extra blankets and extra sweaters. Snacks and drinking water, a desk lamp. Again, as we mentioned before, if you have a driver's license, a school ID, or your SUN card, please make sure that you're bringing that with you. And toiletries and personal items. The dorm does not offer toilet paper, but we have purchased toilet paper and we will be handing that out to everyone. Any kind of medication, we do not provide any students with medications. Business casual clothes, we're going to be doing professional headshots in a couple of weeks. So if you want a nice picture for your LinkedIn page, or just like scholarships or anything you might use, you know, so just any business casual, nothing really fancy. Hats, sunscreens, it's going to be about 100 degrees when we move in on Monday. So we really suggest that you bring, you know, sunblock and all that stuff. Again, all the costs of the program are included, but any kind of personal spending money for hats or water bottles or anything you want to buy on campus, you're welcome to bring money for that. Laundry supplies, laundry is free. So you don't have to pay to use the washers and the dryers, but you do have to bring soap. Cleaning supplies, again, sweaters because the rooms are really cold, an alarm clock, and gym clothes and a bathing suit if you want to go swimming or work out at the SDFC, which is the Sun Devil Fitness Center. Now, we are also going to be providing school supplies. So your first day of class, all students will get a laptop and a laptop bag to carry your laptop for the 6 weeks that you're here, a graphing calculator, any kind of school supplies and notebooks, we will provide that. If you want to bring your own backpack to put your books or whatever else in, you're more than welcome to bring that. But we do ask that the laptops stay in the laptop bags because they're the nice, like squishy ones that are padded specifically for our laptops, so we can protect them as much as we can. Let's see, you are more than welcome to bring your own laptops if you want. But again, for any kind of school supplies, the software that you need will be on the ASU laptops. And then Edgar, you can chat with me later. And then you are also allowed to bring your own calculator if you want, but I believe we have the TI 83 pluses or 84 pluses is what we have. If you want to bring your own, you're more than welcome to do that. But if not, we will be able to loan those out to everybody as well. All right, Tiara.
All right, I'm going to go over the schedules. So on the next slide, we'll have our daily schedule. I'm like, click the next slide. Okay, a daily schedule. So on Monday through Friday, except for Fridays it'll end at 3. So on Monday through Friday, we will start tutoring at 8:15 to 8:45. So for those of you, let's say you have a problem that you just can't get and it's like, I don't know, 11 p.m. and you're in your room and maybe your roommates can't get it either, you have the option to go early in the morning at 8:15 to get that last problem figured out with the tutors. And then at 8:45 is when all students will report to the classroom. So make sure you are in the classroom by 8:45. At 9 o'clock, the lecture will start. And then after lecture, we will have some problem sessions. And then around 11:30, we'll have lunch. You'll get an hour and a half for lunch. At 1 o'clock, we'll have problem sessions. And then at 1 o'clock, 1 to 3 will also be exams. If you have any exams or tests, it'll be from 1 to 3. So at 3 o'clock is when you'll check in with your staff. You'll tell them if you're gonna go to tutoring, if you're gonna have any individual tutoring, if you want to go to the gym, if you want to go back to the dorm, that's when you'll tell them that at 3. And then 3 to 5 is when you'll have those activities. And then dinner will start at 3. You'll also check in around 3 to 6:30, and then at 7 we'll have either our academic presentations or we'll have any type of social activity. From 9 to 10, it'll be just free time at the dorm. And then at 10 to 11, you'll report to your floors, but you can still visit your neighbors or another person on the floor. And then 11 o'clock is curfew. You'll need to be in your rooms, and that's when your success coaches will come by and make sure you're in your room, make sure everything's okay. And then, okay, so for the 4th of July, it is a holiday. We will not have class on that day. So you guys have the option to check out on Monday night from 3 to 6. And then you will, if those of you who do check out, you will have to return the next day on Tuesday from 6 to 9 to check back in. You do have the option to stay at the dorms as well. If you want to, we'll have an activity, and also food will be provided for those, either your parents who can't pick you up, or if you just want to stay. And then oh yes, and then another important thing, sorry, is that there will be class on Monday. It is the last week, and there will be either your final exam or maybe your last test. That week will be important, so make sure you are in class on that Monday. Okay, so move out and closing ceremony. So our closing ceremony will be in person. It'll be on Friday at 9 a.m. on the last day, on July 7th. So all students will have a little bit of time after the closing ceremony to be out of your room by 11:30 a.m. So we ask that you guys be packed up before closing ceremony. So that way, all you got to do is move your stuff down to the lobby and get checked out before 11:30.
And one thing I want to mention about this last slide is that we are really not happy that we have to be out by 11:30, and we're really not happy about having this opening ceremony so early. As you saw below with some of the high schools, we understand that a lot of you are coming from really far away, but unfortunately, housing at ASU has not been very flexible They actually wanted us out by 10 a.m. and we were able to push it back like an hour and a half, which still isn't a lot of time. We want to be able to honor and celebrate our students. But again, we have this contract that we are required to be out. So we apologize in advance for those of you who live so very far away that we know it will take you a long time to get here. But unfortunately, that was the best that we could do in order to get everybody out by the housing deadline, which again, we're super not very happy about. And again, you are welcome to bring parents, grandparents, neighbors. You are welcome to bring whoever you wanted to that closing ceremony. Okay, we will welcome all of you. All right, so meals. There's a couple of questions in the chat about meals and how that works. So breakfast and dinner will be at the Barrett dorm cafeteria. Breakfast every day is from 7 to 8:30. It is a cafeteria type buffet style, kind of as you see in the picture. This is actually what it looks like. So that's where the students will be eating breakfast from 7 to 8:30, and then dinner, I believe, is from 5 to 6 p.m. It is all you can eat. And again, that is covered by us as well. And then for lunch, all students will receive a meal card on their first day. So that way you can eat lunch at the Memorial Union. You are allotted $12.50 per lunch. For the MU was a little pricey, so we wanted to make sure that students would have enough money for like a meal, you know, a burger, fries, and a drink. So, but we do caution that we've allotted exactly $12.50 per day times, you know, 5 day times 6 weeks. So please make sure that you are budgeting. If one day you go over the $12.50, just know that we cannot put any extra money on your card. So just make sure you're keeping tabs on that balance throughout the summer, because we have had students with like a week left to go and they're like, oh, I went to Starbucks every day and now I don't have any money left. And unfortunately, again, we cannot put any money on that card. So some of the places you can eat at for lunch, there's a Burger King, a Chick-fil-A, there's an Einstein Bagels, a Jamba Juice, Qdoba. So these are some of the locations that are available at the MU that you will be able to use your meal card for.
Okay, so checkout procedures for the weekend. Every Wednesday, we're going to give your students a Google form to fill out, and they're going to let us know two of the following things. They're going to let us know who's picking them up on that weekend, and if they are able to have, if you guys let them have self-checkout, then they'll just put their self. And then for the students who live outside of Phoenix metro area, those students, if they're staying for the weekend, or they'll tell us if they're staying or if they're getting checked out for the weekend. Okay, so on Fridays is checkout. It's from 3 to 6. All students who live in the Phoenix metro area are required to return home on Friday, or from 3 to 6 on Fridays. Only the person who is stated in the travel permission forms that you guys filled out are able to check out the students. If you want to add someone to that form, you're able to email us or call us, and we can certainly add someone to that form. But we will check IDs. So make sure that whoever's checking out the student, bring your IDs to check out, to check the student out. And then the students who will be giving, who will have the self-checkout, we'll check on the form to make sure that they're able to have self-checkout. So we won't let students who don't have that check out themselves. And then for those of you, let's say the parents, if you guys don't want to wait, or like if you don't want to walk from the parking lot, you know, to check out your student, you can give them self-checkout and they can check themselves out, and then they can walk to you to the, you know, the parking garage or wherever you're parked. Let me see. And then students must check out with the staff at the Barrett residence hall lobby before they leave before they leave the dorms. And then the staff will collect your room key and your meal card just to ensure that you guys don't lose it or forget it, since you really need that. And we can't get another one for you if you leave it at home. Okay, and then for check-in is on Sunday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you will check back in with the staff at the lobby at the Barrett dorms, and then you'll collect your keys back and your meal card back. And then for the students who drive, they do have to turn in their keys. You're not allowed to take your car out in the middle of the week unless you have a doctor's appointment and your parent has okayed it. Um, Dinner will not be provided on Sunday evening for the students who do go home for the weekend, so just make sure to feed your kids before you send them back. And then for the students who do live outside of the Phoenix area, like those are like the Flagstaffs, the Tucsons, Nogaleses, way out there. Students who live outside, you can either check out for the weekend if your parents want to come check you out, or you guys can stay for the weekend. You will have to choose, you'll have to choose to check out for the weekend, and you'll abide by the same procedures that are listed. And then the students who stay for the weekend, they will be transported. We'll have some planned activities with the charter bus, and all the activities and meals are provided at no cost to the student. And then the staff, our staff will be present in the residence hall on the weekends and at the activities to ensure any student safety.
All right, so next up, we want to talk about safety and best practices. And I'm actually getting a couple of private questions in the chat here asking if they can bring like a musical instrument or something. And since we are kind of talking about safety, if you are asking, can I bring a guitar? Can I bring, an instrument? Can I bring this? It is okay for you to bring them. Number one, the only reason why we were just like, please don't bring any of these things in, because we are not responsible if it gets lost, stolen, or damaged. We also don't want you playing an electric guitar at like 3 a.m. and waking everybody up. So if you want to bring that, again, you are okay, but just know that we're not responsible for it. And just be mindful, especially for those of you thinking about bringing an instrument, be mindful about when you're playing and how loud you're playing. So hopefully that answers your question, but kind of going into the safety portion please note that most of the students that are coming this summer are minors, and we know that, and that is something that we take very seriously, as safety will always, always, always be our number one concern. Above everything will always be your child's safety. And that was a big theme at this week's staff training. We had the ASU Police Department come out and talk to us about crime prevention. And unfortunately, we also had to talk about like active shooter scenarios and fire drills, things that we don't necessarily want to think about, but we want to make sure that our staff is prepared. We had them go through CPR training. We had ASU counseling come out and talk to us. So that's at the forefront, is your child's safety is our concern. So that being said, some of the things that we do to keep your children safe are, we do ask that our students check in with our staff every day at 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, at 11 o'clock at night. That 11 o'clock one, they will be checked in their room to make sure that they're in there for curfew. We ask that the students remain on campus at all times. They are not allowed to leave. If you go across the street, when you come on Monday, you'll see that there's like a Dutch Bros and a McDonald's across the street. That is considered off campus. So we ask that the students do not go off campus unless they're accompanied by a staff. After 6 p.m., same thing. We ask that students do not leave unless they're accompanied by a staff, because we want to make sure that we go as a group and we come back as a group. Not to say that campus isn't safe, but it is a large campus. It's an open campus, and we want to make sure, again, that everyone's safety is our priority. We ask that you use the crosswalks and the street lights. We are very close to City of Tempe, and there's always a lot of City of Tempe police. If you are found jaywalking, it's like a $250 ticket. That's your responsibility. So we ask that you use the crosswalks and the street lights to be safe. Students can only be transported in ASU authorized vehicles, not in anyone's like personal car. They have to be approved by ASU. No male students on the female floors and vice versa. That goes for the staff as well. Students, one of the big things that we tell them is they should not be left alone with a student at any time. Any shifts that we do throughout the day, there will be at least 2 people present. We always tell our staff not to be alone with a student. Again, if your student does not have self-checkout and you have listed specific people to come and check your student out, please let them know that we will be checking their IDs. So we're not just going to let them go off with anyone. So again, if they don't have self-checkout, whoever comes to pick them up has to have that ID with them. The residential staff, we do have them living at the dorm. So our academic staff works during the day, our success coach staff works at night, and they live on campus at the dorms with our students to, again, make sure that there's always someone there keeping an eye on them, and then in case the students need anything. We do have, and I wish I would have had it with me, it's somewhere not here. We do have bright yellow lanyards with name tags that say, you know, JBMSHP on them. We ask that students wear those at all times. It's really easy for us to be able to identify our students across campus. So students, when you come on Monday, just know that that lanyard, that will be your new best friend. It will get really gross over 6 weeks, but that we do require that the students, again, for safety purposes and identification purposes, that you wear that at all times. And then before I move on to the next slide, I see a lot of questions kind of going up into the chat. So do we have basketballs available? Students will have access to the Sun Devil Fitness Center, where there is a basketball court with the equipment there as well. But yes, thank you, Cesar. You do have to bring your Sun card to be able to check those out. Let's see, Elias, talk to me afterwards. I don't know if you're right on the cusp, so stay afterwards and we can talk to you. They do have half courts and full basketball courts. Let's see. Again, I've gotten a couple of questions also about bringing handheld gaming devices. For the same reason as the instruments, we recommend you don't bring them. To be honest, you probably may not even have time to use them. We're taking a 16-week course and cramming it into 6 weeks. This is going to be pretty intense. You're going to be working a lot of the time. You may not have time to be able to do that. If you bring it, again, know that that's your responsibility and we are not responsible for it. So if you want to bring it, that's all you. But we recommend that you don't, again, just for that property damage. But that is completely up to you. Let's see. Shopping trips for those with necessities. Across the street from the residence hall is a CVS. So if students need anything, any kind of toiletries, we do have groups walking over to the CVS to go get toiletries if they need to. We do also have a volleyball court inside Barrett. The staff will live on the floors with the students. So we have staff in their own staff rooms. They do not share bathrooms with the students. They will be at the ends of the hallway, and then the students will be in their rooms in the middle. And you are more than welcome to bring your math books if you want. But again, they are your responsibility and we are not responsible for them. So lots of questions today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, coaches, very much for popping in and helping out to answer questions. I really appreciate it. Okay, so kind of going on with the safety theme. Students, if at any point you have any questions, comments, concerns, things that you want to address, something that's not sitting right with you, something that you have questions about, you're always welcome to come to speak to Sierra and myself or to any of the staff. That's our hope. Our hope is that you will just come and ask us. But we do have an anonymous comment form. So if there's something you ever want to come and tell us, but maybe you don't feel comfortable either knowing that it's you or just don't feel comfortable with the staff because you don't necessarily know us yet, you will have access to the student comment form. Sierra and I get email notifications the second that this is sent, but because it is an anonymous form, it's really important that you provide as much detail as you can. So that way we're able to remedy whatever situation, whatever issue is happening that you don't feel comfortable telling us, but report onto the comment form. Any issues that will be handled, we will handle them discreetly. And please know that we will, never throw anyone under the bus and that we try our best, to keep it kind of hush hush, but making sure that we are taking care of any issues that you may be facing this summer. Okay. Let's see, you do have access to the library, but again, you will need the Sun card to be able to check any books out. Let's see, yes, if a student, can a student do self-checkout if a parent comes in to sign? That's completely okay, but parents, it's going to be really hot this summer. So many of you probably won't want to come down to get your student. And again, self-checkout, if you want to wait in your car, the self-checkout is the best way for your student to come and check out with us, and then they will meet you outside. But you're more than welcome to come to the lobby and check your student out, even if they have self-checkout. That's completely fine. And if on Fridays you want to come up to help them move stuff out of their room, you're more than welcome to do that as well. I'm not sure how long you can keep the library books. I will have to take a look for that, Faith. I'm not sure. Can friends from other programs come to our dorm, or can we hang out with other students on campus? That is a big no. Okay, so in our program guidelines, we do specifically stress that friends are not allowed to visit you at the program. Parents, you are more than welcome to come and visit your students at the program. Just make sure you're emailing us or calling us beforehand to let us know, to give us a heads up, so we're not like, who is this random person just kind of standing here? But friends are not allowed to come and visit you at the program. We have 85 of you coming, and we don't have that much staff to keep tabs on everyone. So please don't invite your friends to come over to the dorm. Okay, that is a big no-no. Okay. Friends who are also in the program, well, you guys are already in the program. So you guys, again, most of the, we'll have one floor that's all females, one floor that's all males, and a floor with a couple of rooms. So as long as it's same gender, you guys can go to each other's rooms. That's fine. We just ask that you're not going onto different floors with opposite genders. All right, Sierra.
Okay, so we're going to go over some COVID guidelines. Okay, so when you guys arrive, we made pretty much like a little COVID kit. And in that COVID kit, you're going to receive one rapid test. If you're feeling sick, it's there for you to use, just in case you want to check, you can use it. And we do have extras. So if you use that and then you feel sick on a different day and you need another one, just let us know. You will have some hand sanitizer in there. We do have a small thing of Clorox wipes. ASU has a Sun Devil drop-off for a saliva test, and we'll talk about that in the next one. And then we will provide a reusable face mask. So on campus, there is the saliva COVID testing. It's completely free. And once you submit your saliva test, there's little stations on campus that you can just drop it off after you spit in the tube. You'll be given the results within 24 to 48 hours. They'll just email it to you, and then you can test anytime. You can test every day if you wanted to. It's completely free. And then, so the protocols, if you become ill with COVID, or if you get an illness like a flu-like symptoms with a fever, we ask that the parents you'll be notified immediately, and you'll be required to pick up your student within 3 hours. So if you live within the Phoenix metro area. If you live outside the Phoenix metro area, you will have about 6 hours to pick up your student. What we'll do is we'll provide tutoring via Zoom and the class via Zoom. ASU is fixed that way, so that way you can have Zoom through, or you can have the class through Zoom. And then you will have to stay home for, I think it's like, what, 5 days? Is that what we said? And until you have a negative COVID test. And yeah, and if you feel sick, just contact us and stay home.
All right, so tips to succeed. As I mentioned earlier, we're moving at a third of the pace that the class would normally move to during a regular school semester. But we've been doing this for a couple of years now, and that's one of the reasons why we have such a big staff, because we are here for you. We are here to help you, but then parents, we also need your help as well. So we just wanted to provide a couple of tips to succeed. First and foremost, we have tutoring sessions every day after class. We have them in the evening. We have individual tutoring session. The course that you're taking the grade that you receive is going on your official ASU transcript. That's something that we take really seriously. So we offer tutoring every single day. If we notice that your grade is not that great, we will make some of these tutoring sessions mandatory, because we want to try to help you to get the highest grade you possibly can. Because again, this is going to follow you on your ASU transcript. Even if you end up going to another university, they're still going to require that you submit a copy of your ASU transcript on there. So again, please attend tutoring sessions. Our tutors are there for you. They're there to help you. That's meant to help you understand the material and succeed in the course. Make sure you're coming to class and all activities on time and completing all assignments in a timely manner. You guys will all have access to Canvas, which is kind of like our Blackboard site, where you'll be able to see all your assignments, all the due dates, everything will be there. Reading the textbook, everyone but the college algebra class will have an online textbook. Make sure you're reading the book. Make sure you're taking notes and asking questions and being engaged. Our faculty, or all faculty that work at ASU, they've also been doing this for a couple of years. And they want you guys to ask questions. They're excited to come and meet you next week. And so they're there to help you succeed, as is the staff. But we can only meet you halfway. If you're not coming and asking questions, there's only so much that we can do. So again, if you really want to succeed, need, make sure that you are asking questions and attending tutoring sessions. Please don't wait until the last minute to ask for help. So student expectations, we expect that our students will be respectful, appropriate, and demonstrating kind behavior, not just to the students, but to the staff as well. Again, with the timeliness, we want to make sure you've been given the schedule. We want to make sure that you are arriving to class and any activities on time. If you're on time, you're already late. So we suggest that you show up 5 minutes before for everything, completing all your assignments. Any kind of disrespectful or inappropriate conduct, again, including but not limited to any kind of cyberbullying, any kind of unkind behavior, bullying, inappropriate joking is not going to be tolerated, because we do have the right to dismiss students at any time. And that would be a horrible phone call to make to your parents and say, student A did and said this, you need to come and pick up your student immediately. We don't want to do that. So just please make sure that you are demonstrating that kind of behavior and being respectful, not only to your peers, but to the staff as well. Now, parents, this is specifically for you. It is an intensive program. Like I mentioned, we're doing 3 times the material in 3 times less of the time. We have a lot of things to go over. It's going to get pretty intense. And I don't like to sugarcoat that, because students, I want you to know to expect. We are here to help, but you do have homeworks, you have quizzes, we're going to be showing you how to transition to college. We're going to have fun activities. There's going to be a lot coming at you. And we've gotten phone calls from parents like, my kid is crying in the bathroom, and our office is like literally right next to the bathroom. And I'm getting a phone call from like Bisbee or Tucson when the bathroom is right next to me. It's okay to ask for help. If you need to call home, that's okay. But parents, sometimes at the end of the first week, beginning of the second week, you may get that phone call like, I can't do this. You need to come and pick me up. Okay. If your student is feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, please contact us immediately. Okay. We've been doing this for a couple of years. So I know that the end of week 1, beginning of week 2 is usually when it starts to happen, where this whole like, oh my God, this is really hard. Oh my gosh. And it just becomes really overwhelming. Encourage your students to ask them questions and to go to like, have they been going to tutoring sessions? Are they, trying to like talk to people? Are they trying to be engaged, or are they just like kind of shutting down and I don't want to do this anymore? But if it's week 1 and they're asking like, can I please go home? Have them stay the rest of the week. Just kind of let them go how wait and see how it goes. Obviously, if by the end of the week, they're like, I absolutely hate this, I can't do it, we can't stop you from taking your student, but we want to try to provide as much support on our end because we're there with them as you can. So please feel free to call us, parents. We won't throw you under the bus. If you call us and want to check up on your student, you're more than welcome to do that. But encourage them to attend social activities. Well, the students will have access to the gym if they want to go swimming. We're always going to have like some kind of activity happening at night. So encourage them to participate, to talk to other students. One of the things I'm really proud about with this program is it is like a community. It's almost like a little family, and we're all there to help each other out. So we encourage you to keep open communication with us if you're concerned about your student. And then students, same thing with you, come and talk to us if you feel like you need help. You might want to suggest that maybe they take a break and go work out, take a nap. A lot of times students are overwhelmed because they're not sleeping. So just encourage them as best as you can. And again, please do not hesitate to contact us if you feel like you need our help or need some insight on your student as well. And then really quickly, I'm going to grab this one question in the chat. What if it takes longer than 6 hours for our parents to come? That's what ASU has asked us for. Obviously, if you're coming in from out of town, we have a little bit of wiggle room, but ASU Housing wants students, after everything that happened with COVID, they're like, we don't want it spreading. So as close to 6 hours as we possibly can is what we're shooting for. Okay. And again, hopefully that won't be the case. We did have a number of COVID cases last year, but we learned a lot. It was also Omicron was peaking last summer, but we did learn a lot. So we have shifted a lot of things around, and COVID numbers are relatively low right now. So we are very hopeful that that we'll have a healthy summer. We're again keeping our fingers crossed, but that's why we're still, passing out all this COVID stuff and trying to keep our students as safe as we can. So good question.
All right, so communication. We would like you guys to email mshp@asu.edu. That is our preferred method of communications. If you need to be absent, if you have a doctor's appointment, any illnesses, and like your parents want to check you out for something, just notify us as soon as possible. We do have our phone number here, and that phone number we use from Monday through Fridays, like pretty much business hours, 8 to 5. These are Cindy and my cell phone number if you need to contact us after business hours, or if you just want to shoot a text message. Cindy does speak Spanish. So yeah, let's see the next one. We ask that you guys make sure to read all your emails. It usually has important information, and respond quickly if we're emailing you directly and asking a question. Today you should have received an email from Cindy that pretty much told you who you're rooming with, and then who your success coach is. And then after this presentation, you'll get the Zoom recording of this presentation, and you'll get a copy of the physical presentation with all the links and everything. And then every Friday we do send a newsletter, and it has like highlights from that week, pictures, anything fun, activities and things like that. It'll all be on that newsletter. So we're using Remind this year, and it'll text the students throughout the summer, like reminding you to do something, reminding you to go to any meetings that we have, anything like that. So if you guys have your phones, like I'll ask you to get your phones out right now and actually text, what is it? All students will text at DMG6378 to the number 81010. And then incoming freshmen, you'll have to do both. Incoming freshmen, you'll also do at G68DNG. So make sure to sign up for both of those for incoming freshmen, and just non-incoming freshmen, all you need to do is the one number, or the one message at DMG6378. You're going to text it. So you're just going to get your phone out. You're going to send a text message to the number 81010, and you're going to text that little at DMG6378 in the text part. Yeah, you don't need to download the app. It'll just send you text messages automatically. I mean, you guys can do this after the presentation as well. Yeah, and incoming freshmen, yeah, make sure you do both. So we do have our summer IG page, Instagram. So we ask that you guys follow that. That's where, I mean, I think Cindy sent out an email earlier too to follow it. So if you haven't followed it yet, you can totally use the QR code right now and follow our JBMSHP summer program page. Right now, I think we have our staff intros and what the dorm rooms look like, if you're interested in that. We also have a Facebook page. Usually throughout the year, we post like scholarships and different types of events. We do have a regular Instagram page. The one on top is our personal summer page, and then the ones below are our normal, like, throughout the year pages. And we have a LinkedIn page too. And then, oh yes, those of you who have completed the photo release form and given us permission will be able to share your pictures on the social media. Those of you who haven't, we won't be able to share your pictures.
All right, thank you so much to those. My Remind app is going crazy right now with everybody joining, so we appreciate it. So again, if you didn't get a chance to sign up for that, again, we're going to send this out afterwards. It is also in the information that we sent out yesterday, but we will send this presentation out. But thank you so much. I see a bunch of you guys joining the IG page and then joining the Remind group as well. So thank you very much for that. So let's see, how do we know if we filled out the photo release form? So everyone had to have completed the photo release form, but we specifically put on there for parents a box that says, I do not wish for my child, I do not give authorization for my child to have photo release permission. So everyone is okay except for like 2 or 3 people, I believe. So again, if your parents put on like you do not have permission, we cannot put any of your pictures on any kind of social media. So we'll still take your pictures and any kind of any kind of, like, if we do like a present, we always do like a slideshow at the end of the summer, your pictures will be there. We always do like a little yearbook, your picture will be there. But for those of you who did not give photo release permission, and you're more than welcome to email us to double check to see if that's you or not, you're welcome to email me later. But if your parents did not give you that authorization, we can't put you on any social media pages or anything. Okay. So again, if you have any questions like, hey, did my parents do that? Feel free to stay afterwards and we can double check, or you can email me as well. All right, so the pre-survey, one of the last things that I put on the email for yesterday is we have 2 different surveys that we're going to be doing this summer. And so we did send that out yesterday. We do have a team of evaluators that are working with us. So we are putting together data on how our program works and how effective we are and how it helps our students. So we have 2 different things going on at the same time. So task number 1 for students, we're doing an in-class activity with a partnership that we have with the University of Pittsburgh. They have a pre-survey and a post-survey that they would like the students to complete as part of this survey. So that one is the student task that we are asking them to do. We did put a parent opt-out form on that email as well. But then task number 2 is for our parents. That one is for a separate survey that the ASU Teachers College is doing. And that one, we do need parent permission to be able to give the survey to your students. So task number 1, again, is that University of Pittsburgh link, which again, that was sent to you yesterday as well. And then task number 2 is specifically for your parents. So you don't have to say yes on them. You can do the surveys and say, no, I do not give permission. But for those of you who do, we are raffling a $25 Amazon gift card. So we are hoping to get as much participation as we possibly can for both of these. So if, that should be, okay. So students, if you complete that pre-survey and if parents complete the survey permission form, again, it could say no on it, it could say yes on it, but you still have to submit the form. If both of those are done by Sunday, May 28th, we're going to put the students in a raffle and to raffle off that $25 Amazon gift card. And all we need is just a screenshot saying, yes, I have, thank you for completing the survey for both of them. And then we will go ahead and put you in the raffle. So for the 10, 15 or so of you who have already done it, thank you very much for participating. And again, you have until Sunday to be able to do that. And again, if you have any questions regarding these surveys as well, you're more than welcome to stay after or send me an email to ask for more information. But I'll send a reminder out early on Sunday to remind everybody of the deadline. And we'll probably do the gift card raffle later on in the week when all the students have arrived. All right, so thank you for sitting through that longer than I was expecting it to be. Again, a lot of information, but if at any point you guys have been doing a really great job popping things into the chat, like any questions that you guys have. So what I'm gonna do is I actually kind of want you to meet off with your success coach. So because it's already close to 7 o'clock. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have your students meet with their success coaches in our breakout groups, and then parents, Sierra and I are going to be staying in the main room. So then if you have any questions for us, you're more than welcome to stay on with us during the main room. So that way we can go ahead and break off your students with their success coaches. So again, you should have gotten the email earlier today letting you know who your success coach was, but here it is one more time. So again, for those of our male students, these are the separate success coaches. Thank you, Sierra, for putting that in. These are the coaches that we have. If you didn't get the email and like, oh my gosh, I don't know who my success coach is, you can take a look at this list to see who your coach is, and that's the room that you're going to be going into. So when we open up the rooms, it'll just say like room 1, room 2, room 3. Sierra, are you going to put the coach names on those breakout rooms as well? So that way they know which ones? Or just room 1, room 2, room 3?
I probably should have done that.
Okay. All right. So you'll click on the room that corresponds to you. And then, so again, this is for all of our male students. And then for all of our female students, go ahead and look for your success coach here. And so again, if you're with Brenda, you're going to be in room 6. If you're with Sonia, you're going to be in room 7. If you're with Pri, you're going to be in room 8. Dominique is going to be room 9, and then Loretta is going to be room 10. So I'm going to go ahead and stop